How to cope with Christmas depression. I know that not everybody is celebrating during the holidays. It's not a happy, Merry Christmas for everybody. People are struggling with their mental health. People are grieving. People are experiencing loss. Some of you have broken up, or you're going through a divorce, or some of you live very far away from your family and friends, and unfortunately, you cannot meet them and you cannot visit them. You cannot be with them. Some of you are sick or you're taking care of somebody else who's sick. I know not everybody is having a merry holiday, a merry Christmas. Don't be fooled by this idea that is projected on social media, TV series, that everybody's enjoying Christmas and everybody is around a family dinner table and they are having a blast. No, that's not the reality. Absolutely. Social media, commercials, and press are showing you only one part of life, and it's not even the most representative part of life. So, what are we doing then when we are going through holidays which are tough? What are we doing when we cannot be with the people we want or we cannot be in the mood we want? That's not something that you can order or you can control. So, here are my tips for these holidays so that they can be, if they cannot be happy, at least they can be restful and peaceful for you. That's the most important thing. How you can be at peace with what it is right here, right now. So, my first tip would be, please silence your inner critic. Your inner critic is the voice in your head and in my head and in everybody's head. We all have an inner critic that actually trying to make us feel bad for what we are experiencing right now and what we should be experiencing. So your inner critic might be saying something like, "Oh, everybody's happy, but not you. What's wrong with you? You're going to be alone forever. Nobody likes you. That's your life. Your life will suck forever." So all these beautiful messages from the inner critic, please shush them. Please put them aside. It's already painful. If you're going through a divorce, as I said before, or you're struggling with your health, mental health, work, whatever it is that you're struggling with, and on top of that, you have this voice that is trying to belittle you, shame you, or intimidate you, or overwhelm you, that's too much. You don't want that extra burden. You already have enough. So you don't want that voice that is trying to make you feel even worse than what you're feeling. Try to distinguish when is the inner critic voice that is trying to make you feel bad and put it aside. Journaling helps a lot. So when you're trying to put these thoughts on paper, you realize, "Hey, wait a minute, why am I talking to myself like that? I'm not helping myself, not even a tiny bit, when I am saying these words or messages to myself." So that's the first thing. The second thing that I would like you to practice is practice acceptance. If you're going through a divorce or a breakup, we cannot change that at this moment. This is what you're going. If you're in pain because of that, first of all, that's a healthy feeling. Breakup, pain. It makes sense. So you're a normal human being who is in pain because you have lost an important person in your life or you have been rejected. So practice acceptance. This is what I'm experiencing right now, and I cannot change it. And I don't want to change it drastically. I cannot go from super sad to super happy. That's going to be a big expectation that I would put on myself. So practice acceptance. I know you don't like it, but when we stop pushing against what it is here right now, then we are experiencing less pain. We are experiencing a sort of what we said before, inner peace. Okay, I'm okay with that. And on top of that, when you are accepting all your feelings, even though they are uncomfortable or negative feelings, as we say, you are accepting yourself, the whole part of you, your feelings, your uncomfortable and your comfortable ones, your positive and your negatives, the feelings you like and the feelings you don't like. That's fantastic when you can accept yourself in your whole completeness. That's amazing. And when you do that, you manage to become a very good friend of yours. That's where I want you to be. That's where I want everybody to be your best friend, your very best friend, the one that will be so compassionate and kind with you. Another thing that I would like to ask you to do is to stop comparing. It's very unfair to compare yourself now with somebody else's now, even though everybody has gone through similar experiences, painful experiences. It's very unfair because the person that you're comparing yourself to, maybe they're maybe they're going through a, a nice period, a happy period in their life, but they have been through pain. They will go through pain for sure. Why? Because that's the human experience, because nobody escapes that. So stop comparing because it doesn't help you. It actually makes you feel even worse. And also, it awakens the inner critic that we said before. Another thing that I would like to ask you to do is please unplug from social media. You're going to be bombarded with a lot of images, a lot of fake happy moments, because that's what we do. We post only the happy moments and we hide the not so happy moments. And that will make you even more lonely, even more depressed. So please unplug from social media. And then you might ask, well, if I'm unplugged from social media, then I have more time in my hands. What am I going to do with that? Then try to do things that you enjoy. All the things that you have been postponing, maybe some hobby, or maybe cooking your favorite meal, or maybe going for a walk in nature, connect with nature, practice gratitude, how grateful we are when we belong in such an environment. And unplugging will give you again space for yourself, space to allow you to do things that you have been wanting for a long time. And if you made some plans, but then you don't feel like going through with these plans and you have changed your mind, allow yourself to change your mind. You can say no, and then you can say yes if you want, or you can say yes and then you can change to no. Of course, there's no contract, there's no agreement that you cannot take back. You can always change your mind because you care about your mental health, you care about your inner peace. That's the most important thing. So I think I gave you some ideas how to handle with the Christmas depression. And of course, if you feel like doing something different, please do that. Listening to your own needs is the most important thing that you need to do now. If you feel like going out more, meeting people, new people, your neighbor, or uh, maybe you can rekindle an old relationship, friendship, neighborhood, or neighbor, do that. If you feel like staying out more, do that. If you feel like doing things for others, you can go out and volunteer and, spread some kindness in the world. If you feel like taking care of you first, of course, nobody's judging you. Nobody's saying that you are selfish or you're not selfish. It's you who matters. It's you who knows best what you need. So lower your expectations. No more perfectionism here. We don't need perfectionism because there's no such thing as perfection. If you are a member of the Academy, have a look at the courses that can help you actually feel better during these days. There's a course how to silence your inner critic. There's a course on how to practice more self and self-compassion. That sounds like so fluffy and like a blanket, a warm blanket that you can have around you during these days. That's the feeling that I want you to create more and more, like a warm blanket around you. I hope it was helpful. Take really good care of yourself because you are the most important thing in your life. And I'm here if you have any questions. I'm here to give you as much support and tips as possible so that you can learn how to love yourself first and foremost. Thank you for being here. And